you might want to go ahead and get your popcorn because Jordan brand, they must be stopped. It's the year 2023, the year of Jordan himself. And I gotta say, I'm looking forward to what is coming out this year. However, it's been something on the horizon that's been sneaking in ever so slightly that I gotta call out. And I gotta put my foot down, me personally, gotta put my foot down. And that is the 210 marked up price on retail Jordan releases. For the past couple of months now, we've been seeing this $210 price point creep its way in ever so slightly. You remember the remastered series that retailed for 190, and then some pairs entered in at that 200, and then 200 was the new norm, and now we're at the 210. Jordan 7 that is releasing soon, this black olive 210, the Jordan 7 Cardinal 210, and there are going to be some more down the pipeline that are going to be retailing at that 210 to where it's going to become the complete norm moving forward. As I said, that's going to be a big no for me moving forward as well. Jordan back 10 years ago when I first started YouTube retailed for $170. The Jordan 1s retailed for $150 at the time. Since then, we've seen a $30 price increase from the Jordan 1 being at $180 now and possibly $190 very soon. And the retail of $170 for a Jordan now being at $210, which is a $40 increase over the past 10 years. And yes, there's been a lot of change in society. It's been a lot of change with, inflation overall. Things have cost more than they did before. And that's just how the world seems to go. Things just increase as time does increase as well. Sooner or later, we'll be playing with monopoly money. It'll be $1 million for a pair of shoes, but at the same time, you're getting paid $1 million an hour. It's gonna be crazy, man. Inflation and the way money is back in the day, you can get a carton of milk for 25 cents. At the same time, people were getting paid $40 a week. It's inflation does a lot of crazy things. Get some water real quick. I'm putting this video out because I wanted to give my initial thoughts on what's going on with Jordan brand and how they've done this over and over and over, and let it be known to you guys, my audience, someone that I care about, someone that I want to always share my honest thoughts and opinions with. And this is not me saying I'm not going to buy Jordans no more. This is not me saying I'm not going to review Jordans no more. I'm not going to lie and act like a white knight. I do this because one, I love sneakers. Second, because it's became a career for me. This is how it pays the bills. So doing reviews and giving you guys my honest thoughts and opinions is something that I love, and I'm not gonna just throw that away. However, 210, moving forward, there's gonna be a lot of shoes that are gonna be passed upon based upon that number. $210 is just too much for me, and this is, in my opinion, the last straw. Now, reimagines that are coming out, if they go for 210, 225, I can let that slide. If they drop these upcoming reported Jordan 1 Royals reimagined, or the reimagined black toes, and they're going for 190, 200, I can let those slide. But a Jordan 7 black olive or a Jordan 14 high top laney that's supposed to be releasing, if you're charging $210 on these type of sneakers, those are instant passes in my collection. It may get a review, but it's going to be a pass. And you're going to continuously hear that in these upcoming reviews, because I just don't believe that a lot of these shoes are worth $210. And I've seen, and you've probably seen recently with my regret list, a lot of these shoes drop for 210 and then hit the sales market where you can go and pick them up for way less than that price. I can sit here and be mad at Jordan brand about this all day. Feel like they are, overselling and just cracking our heads. However, as you notice with this happening, it is in some shape or form, in my opinion, the way that they're combating with resellers. These shoes are not selling out anymore. I go to Soul Play, I go to all these other stores in the malls from time to time, and there are Nike Dunk Pandas. There's Jordan 1s, Jordan 2s, Jordan 7s, 11s sitting at the malls once again. It's a cycle, and we're back into the cycle of sitting. And I think a lot of that has to do with this $200 price point. You got a Jordan 7 black olive about to release for $210. A reseller buy that shoe for $210. There's no room for a flip. Maybe for a Travis Scott, maybe for an off-white, maybe for a Nike Air on the back shoe. But for these basic GRs out there, the bricks are popping up more and more and more. So it's a bittersweet moment, and you got to take it for what it is. Would you rather a $210 price point from Nike or a $150 shoe from Nike that gets flipped from a reseller and resold to you at $210? You pay the resale price. I'd rather take the 210 at retail knowing that it's legit than paying 210 from a reseller and not knowing where he got his shoes from with the way these fakes are coming out right now. So it's something that you got to take in consideration and try to balance it out. However, at $210, I am at my limit with a lot of these shoes that are gonna be coming out for the rest of the year. You know, we have a nice spring collection coming up, a Jordan 5 UNC that I really have my eyes on. And it makes me question whether or not I'm willing to pull out that $210 to cop it. Tony, it's only 10 more bucks. Well, yeah, it's only 10 more bucks, but when you look back at what you were spending and what you are now, at $10 starts adding up, brother. You know what I'm saying? It's not $210, it's a $40 price increase from when I originally started. So it's like $210 now, but then in 2 more years, you're gonna be paying $220, and then 2 more years, you're gonna be paying $225, and 2 more years, you're gonna, you know, we're at the point now where we're getting, there used to be always a saying in the sneaker world, the sneaker realm, that you know, foam posits were just too expensive. $250, $225 for a pair of foam posits, it's just too much. It's just too expensive. Well, we're in that realm now. We're starting to enter that realm with Jordans, you know, and I can't lie, there's a lot of foams out there that I really, really like that I would pass up on because $250 for a pair of foam posits was just too much. But at the other hand, I'd go ahead and say, oh, these Jordans, nah, they're not too much. And in reality, when you compare the technology behind a foam posit to a Jordan 1, the technology which you actually get out of the shoe, the foam posit material is still to this day some of the best technology put out there. It's just expensive. That's it. So, you know, I say this, that $210 from Jordan Brand. I have not made this video before, you know. I made videos about the differences in the price increases, but I can sit here today and tell you that $210 is going to knock out a lot of sneakers that I'll be keeping throughout this year. I got a lot of shoes from 2022. I picked up a lot of shoes, man. The last shoe was a $210 price shoe, a Cardinal, but I don't know how much more I can do, man. I know it sounds crazy to some of y'all. It's just $10 to some of y'all. It's just $10 to me, but there has to be a point when $10 is no longer just $10. If it's $10 too much, Tony, now, and then next year it's $220, it's just $10 again. And next year it's $238, it's just $10. When do you actually sit back and say, all right, that's it? There has to be a number, a line that has to be crossed. And I think that right now at 210, there has to be something. And I only say this because I would like for Jordan Brand to recognize that and slow it down a little bit. They're going to keep going until it stops. Jordan Brand has actually done this before too. Back in 2016, I want to say, the Jordan 3 True Blues dropped for $225. They had a Nike Air on the back. They also dropped the Jordan 6 Maroon for $200. I believe it's $200 or $225. You can correct me if I'm wrong. It was one of them, but the Maroon, they had Nike on the back. When Jordan Brand was bringing that Nike Air back out, they did it. They tried it. The True Blues sat. Nobody picked them up for that price point. And that's what it is. I might be correct. They stay correct. Pay attention. They dropped them at $225 for the True Blues. They didn't sell. They hit sales. Nobody was paying $225. They followed up moving forth on every other shoe out there charging $200. You can go to StockX right now because StockX usually has a good price or good, like, whoa, damn, y'all heard that? Jordan Brand's listening to me, bro. Okay, so maybe I stand a little corrected here, right? It says 220. I swore it was 225, but 220 is what they have here for the Jordan 3 True Blue, right? Nobody bought them. They sat. And then you look at the Jordan 6 Maroon that dropped. This was also another shoe that dropped at 220. After that, though, they saw that this was not sitting well with their average consumer. Fast forward to now, you get a Nike on the back like you did, like with the black cement here. They dropped that down to $200. So yeah, man, I don't know. I'm just a little bit over it. I think I'm at my stopping point in a way. You know, certain shoes, and I say this, if Jordan Brand flies me out tomorrow to go and do a Jordan something and then retail, I'm not gonna sit there and bash the shoe. There are going to be great shoe quality shoes built out there. You feel me? Like the Jordan 5 UNC is something I'm really looking forward to. There's other shoes out there that I'm really looking forward to. But if you sit there and when I sit there and talk about the shoe and then I bring up that price point, it's going to be a lot of not too sure's. You're going to hear me say it all throughout this year because I feel like $210 is starting to get a little out of pocket. Literally. I honestly want you guys to tell me down below in the comment section, what is your breaking point? What is your number? We already see all this stuff sitting, and I ain't complaining. I like sitting. Sitting means that we're not crying about, you know, no more resale crying. Go get the shoes you want. Go get the shoes you can. LeBrons are sitting that once were selling out. Jordans were sitting that were once selling out. The availability is there now. But I'm curious to know, at what price point is a no-go for you? Let me know down below in the comment section. But Jordan Brand, it must be stopped.